Please be seated. Executive Vice President Tolstoy, faculty colleagues, alumni, master's candidates, and their families and friends. Good afternoon and welcome to Convocation for Master's Candidates in the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences at Columbia University. I thank all of you for coming to celebrate the many accomplishments of our master's candidates. We honor today a magnificent group that on commencement this coming Wednesday will join the ranks of our close to 40,000 alumni and who will embark on professional and academic careers around the world in the great tradition of Columbia University. Our candidates will always remember this day. Even with the passing of the years, they will manage to recall that their Columbia Masters Convocation took place on the very day in which the fate of Daenerys Targaryen Daenerys Targaryen and the Iron Throne were fulfilled. But of course, I digress. Equally important, we also honor today the families and friends of our candidates who have endured with them the rigors of their academic pursuit. Thank you for being so supportive and understanding. If you would let me finish, I would ask all master's candidates to rise and applaud those friends and family members who have helped them to be here today. The student remarks to the graduating class will be offered by Ms. Tian Zheng. Originally from Shanghai, Tian Zheng joined the 10th Oral History Master of Arts cohort. Oh, it's going to be a long afternoon. As a graduate of Sarah Lawrence College, where she concentrated in history and public policy. Her interest in oral history stems from her curiosity about her family's experience during the Cultural Revolution. Tian considers herself a lifetime oral historian. She currently works at a nonprofit media organization, applying her skills of oral history and academic research to focus on programs related to media branding and licensing. Ms. Zheng.
That's my husband, and I know that sounds like 10, but I only have one. Thank you, Dean Alonso, Executive Vice President Tolstoy, faculty and staff, family, friends, and a big shout to my family friends over there. I cannot do this without you. And of course, the MA class of 2019. My mom still doesn't understand what I was studying at Columbia. And she is not alone. About 99% of people I have talked to have no idea of what oral history is. I guess because of my accent of pronouncing it, after my attempts to explain, 75% of them will say, oh, that's a little different from what I thought of art history. I don't blame them. Compared to the traditional historical research, our history is a fairly young as less well-known field, which is a study of history by interviewing people who have personal knowledge of the past. In 1948, historian and journalist Alan Nevins created the first institution-based oral history program in the world, right here at Columbia. Since then, the Columbia University Center for Oral History Research has become the home of over 20,000 hours of recorded and transcribed interviews. Today, Columbia is the only university in the United States that offers graduate program that solely focuses on oral history, and that's why I came to Columbia. I remember the day I told my mom that I wanted to study oral history for graduate school. She has lived in China her whole life, and oral history is even less well known in my own motherland. So she was very confused, but she wanted to be supportive. So she immediately replied, "Go for it. I'm sure you'll be good at it." Then after a few hours, she asked me, "So, sweetie, what was the thing you say you want to study? And you know I love you, but are you sure that you can land in a job after graduation?" Yes, the fear of an unforeseen future was real, but still, I only applied for one graduate program. I got in, and I became a member of the 10th cohort of our History Master of Arts. Throughout the program, we learned a lot about the methodology and practice of oral history. But if you want me to sum it up into one sentence, I would say, I learned how to listen, not hearing, but listening, truly listening. At first, it was difficult for me to differentiate listening and hearing. In modern Mandarin, we only use one word to express both hear and listen. That was 听. For me, listen was hear was listen, just like 听 was 听, use one's ears to receive information. However, I was told multiple times throughout the program, for an oral historian, hearing your interviewees' stories was not enough. You have to be alert. You have to give consideration and thoughtful attention. You have to listen. So I tried my best to listen. The first oral history project I conducted at Columbia was a project I worked with AfroCrowd Wikimedia in fall 2017, focusing on the marginalized ethnic and linguistic communities within the New York City area. During the semester, I listened to a young anti-caste South Asian Dalit activist talking about a story of being discriminated and bullied in school because of her darker skin when she was 3. I listened to an NYU professor and Haitian linguist telling a story of being approached by a stranger who wanted to correct her poor French when she was speaking her mother tongue, Haitian Creole. I listened to a musician telling the story of starting his music entrepreneurship in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and teaching Garifuna music to the children from his community. I listened to the stories of passion, of pain, of childhood, of vulnerabilities, of pride, of discrimination, of womanhood, of love. During my journey listening to Marie, Winnie, and James, I found myself documenting ordinary people fighting to preserve their heritage from an individual and intimate approach. I found myself facing my ignorance of other cultures and languages. I found myself standing with them, reviewing the civilizations that surface from personal narratives. Then I realized the ability to listen should not merely be an oral historian's job. No man is an island. We owe the obligations to listen to other people's stories because every personal voice, murmuring or loud, matters. In our history, we believe what is personal is political, what is individual is public. My cultural anthropology professor once told me that in today's media, a terrorist attack in a non-Western country is not even as important as which team won a football game on a Friday night. The TV will only give 30 seconds to those non-Western tragedy, and tragedy is what they only report on those countries. The neglecting of some voices encourages, fosters ignorance and discrimination toward certain communities in today's media, society, and political context. And we, as the promising future of the world, need to change that. If you ask me where to start the journey of listening, I would say, start listening to other people's struggles in life. I lost 2 loved ones during my time at Columbia. My good friend Nan died of brain cancer in fall 2017. Then I lost my grandmother who raised me since I was a baby when I was working on my thesis. I was devastated, gradually falling apart. I lost track of how many nights I couldn't fall asleep, staring at the ceiling like it would give me an answer. I lost track of how many mornings I could not wake up, hiding myself from the sunlight that I could escape from everything. There were many moments I doubt myself. Would I ever be able to finish the program and move on with all the pain and the grief? However, someone at Columbia heard my creaking for help. No, they did not just hear it, they listened to it. My program directors, Mary Marshall Clark, Amy Sterchesky, and my professor, Jerry Albarelli, were there, paying attention to my struggles, offering understanding and help, and waiting for me to save myself from darkness with patience. I remember the emails that Amy sent me. I remember the quietness of Mary Marshall's office, where she spent hours listening to my pain and convincing me that my vulnerabilities could be converted into my strength. Eventually, I finished an oral history article documenting my personal account of love and death and my graduation thesis. I landed in a job I truly believe in, bringing the ideas worth spreading to local communities around the globe. In other words, I could not be here today without their listening to my struggles at the first place. So my fellow of 2019 graduates, don't become the generation that is afraid of mindful conversations. Go listen, as families, as partners, and as friends. Listening to others will not automatically grant answers to their questions, but your listening will make someone realize they're valued. Sometimes one's lost soul just needs to be heard by one listener. Go listen as family members, as members of communities and concerned citizens. Listen to people from different culture, political, and socio-economic contexts. Listen to their perspectives of the world you thought you were familiar with. Become a humble student, again, in everyday's listening. Then utilize the resources and knowledge we harvested at Columbia. Spread the words, build the bridges, and wait for the changes you want to see in the world. My mom visited me from China a few months ago. She asked me to take her to my favorite place on campus. I took her to the wall rolling the names of more than 151 countries at Learner Hall. Every day, it reminds me why I chose Columbia at the first place, for the stories of different cultures, of different voices. Thank you and congratulations to my fellow class of 2019. It's an exciting day. Let's celebrate and enjoy and start listening to each other from today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ji. Today's keynote address will be offered by Professor Tian Zheng, Professor of Statistics and Associate Director for Education in the Data Science Institute. Tian Zheng obtained her PhD from Columbia in 2002. She develops novel methods for exploring and understanding patterns in complex data from different application domains such as biology, psychology, and climatology. Her current projects are in the field of statistical machine learning, spatiotemporal modeling, and social network analysis. Professor Zheng's research has been recognized by the 2008 Outstanding Statistical Application Award from the American Statistical Association, the Mitchell Prize from ISBA, and a Google Research Grant. She became a Fellow of the American Statistical Association in 2014. Professor Zheng was the recipient of the 2017 Columbia's Presidential Award for Outstanding Teaching. In 2019, she became the section chair for the ASA section on statistical learning and data science. Professor Zheng.
Thank you. Dean Alonso, Executive Vice President Toy Story, my distinguished colleagues, honored families and friends, most importantly, the MA graduates of 2019. Thanks for the invitation to speak at such an important occasion. I would like to offer my most sincere congratulations to all of today's graduates on your academic achievements. I know firsthand how hard you have worked, as some of you bluntly stated so, on the teaching evaluations of my course, Applied Data Science. Shortly after I accepted the invitation to speak at today's ceremony, I decided to do some research about graduation speeches, as this is my first time doing this. I thought I should collect some data as a professor of statistics would approach any life situation. With a deadline that was weeks away, I procrastinated, despite the fact that the one thing I emphasize the most in my old teaching is start early. As the deadline drew close, I became a bit anxious. With the help of Google and one of the talented students from the MA in Statistics program, Tian Liang, who is graduating today, I scraped 108 commencement speeches from the internet. True to my inner data scientist, I fed them through an artificial intelligence program. And here is a speech that it generated. Oh, so how I wish this was true. I was just joking. I so wish that kind of AI already existed. I really did, though, scrape the 108 speeches and then applied my non-artificial intelligence to analyze them as data. I found some quite interesting trends. For example, it was reassuring for me to see that more than 30% of the speakers explicitly or implicitly acknowledged that they didn't know what to say. I struggled to think about what perspective I would share with you, the soon-to-be graduates of our master's programs. About 90% of the speeches in my dataset shared stories of one's past. On the other hand, the topic with keywords work and life appears less frequently. Work and life. This is a topic that follows us everywhere. There are times when we give it our full attention. Should I take this job, even though it will require me to travel and be away from my family weeks at a time? But more often than not, it's a silent dilemma. Should I, hiding behind our daily decisions. Should I attend my child's music assembly at school, or spend the time adding a new example in my lecture notes before my afternoon class? At graduation, as you are all set to pursue your career aspiration, some of you may also feel anxious about how to maintain a good work-life balance. Today, I will share two stories about work and life. The first story is my growing up story as a professor. I never wanted to be a professor. Most kids, even some grown-ups, don't know what professors do. I did. Both my parents were professors and are now retired. As early as I can remember, I knew they worked on important research, wrote papers and books. They reviewed grant proposals and promotion cases, attended both fun conferences and mostly dry, but sometimes eventful meetings. They taught interesting courses and mentored students in their very different styles. My parents worked at out hours all the time. As a fourth grader, I learned an important life lesson that is still helpful today. When you have a pressing deadline and have still got a lot to do, don't stay up late. Go to bed early and get up before 5 a.m. to work more productively. Join the 5 a.m. club, as they would call it today. A life hack I learned at the age of 10 and mastered before junior high. To me, my parents were working all the time. Their work followed them home to the extent that a then 10 years old knew what they were working on. I didn't know the phrase work-life balance at that time, but if I did, I would have said my parents needed more of it. According to Wikipedia, in physics, balance is a desirable point between two or more opposing forces. To the 10-year-old me, work and life were like two solid weights on opposing sides of a scale. My parents obviously had a much heavier weight on one side than the other. I decided that when I grew up, I would not become a professor. I held this thought even after I started graduate school. It was a summer internship that changed my mind. At that time, I was working during the day while making progress on my dissertation in the evening. This was very exhausting. Don't try it at home. Shortly after I started doing the summer internship, I found myself missing the academic lifestyle, where I didn't have to stop at a certain time if I was deeply immersed in solving a problem. To this day, I don't actually mind the fact that academic research follows you around. I might be waiting in line for popcorn at a movie theater and have a aha moment. Taking a break can turn out to be quite productive. So I decided to give academia a try. As a 25-year-old, I had rather unpopular desires. I actually wanted to become my parents. When people hear work-life balance, they often think of a compartmentalized, perhaps even rigid, daily schedule. As it turns out, though, there are many forms of balance. Mathematically speaking, if you bring the two opposing weights infinitely close and fuse them together, it's always balanced. Just kidding. Just like many mathematical theorems, this is true, but limited in practical applications. In biology, balance or homeostasis is a state of steady internal physical and chemical conditions maintained by living systems, such as body temperature and fluid balance, being kept within certain preset limits. Maintaining a work-life balance is like choosing what to wear on a spring-summer day like today. Wear layers so that you can adjust to your own comfort level at a moment's notice. My favorite notion of balance, not surprisingly, comes from statistics. A statistician can have her head in the oven and her feet in the freezer, and she will say that on average, she feels balanced. No one can tell you what balance will work for you. It is worth in making every effort to find a work-life balance that works for you and the people who are important to you. Even though my parents worked a lot, they were and still are always there for me. Most of the time, I really love what I do as a professor. My second story is about one life-changing moment when I wasn't happy about how things were going. It happened a few years ago when I was teaching my linear regression class. I remember it with utter clarity. As I said, it was a life-changing moment. I was lecturing in Hamilton room 502. Standing in front of the classroom, I could see the beautiful campus through the oversized windows. It was early in the morning. I came directly after finishing my hectic morning routine. sending my kids to their schools. The lecture was about one of the relatively dry topics, algebra heavy, as I recall. As I observed my student looking bored, I felt like I was dying inside. At that moment, I thought to myself, this is not the kind of lecture that is worthy of my morning battles with kids so that I can make it on time. After that class, I racked my brain to come up with an approach that would be more exciting for my students and at the same time wouldn't require me to stay up to the wee hours of the morning writing lectures. I really enjoy mentoring students in research projects, I figured. So I created a new course, Applied Data Science, which allows me to do exactly that, and just that. Every semester, students work on 5 projects that cover a broad spectrum of data science skills. All of these projects are designed to be realistically unstructured and open-ended. Like projects in the real world, I received inspiration to creating this project from all kinds of sources. One of the earliest projects was born from a trending tweet, Labradoodle or fried chicken. In this project, students create AI algorithms, no kidding this time, to distinguish between photographs of Labradoodles and photographs of fried chicken. One team found a single feature that can account for about 25% of the prediction rate. It boils down to the fact that a piece of perfectly fried chicken is a shade more golden than a Labradoodle puppy. Real-world insights confirmed by data. Over the past 3 years, we have had a lot of fun in ADS. So to all the ADS alums here today, thank you for making my work a fun part of my life. Finding your own work-life balance will not be straightforward or easy. It is an open-ended research project, which, if done well, earns you a lot of extra credit. The challenge here lies in the fact that work has many quantifiable benchmarks, while life just doesn't. It is very tempting to focus on the more measurable goals, but they shouldn't be the only things that matter. I watched some of the synthesis competition videos on the YouTube channel of GSAS. These videos allow me to learn about the research project done by the MA students outside my own department. In your project here at Columbia, you have created an amazing dashboard to show gentrification in New York City. You have dug deep into the roots of injustice in our society, and you have advocated the preservation of endangered species. You have embraced challenges and overcome your fear of the unknown. So here is your next research project, but one in which you are the only one evaluating the results. Find a work-life balance for yourself. It may be the physics definition, the biology definition, the statistics one, or somewhere in between. As we say at each project release in Applied Data Science, your project starts now. Here are the only 2 rules. Rule number 1, when you are tired or not feeling well, don't work. Rule number 2, have fun. All of us at Columbia look forward to hearing about your research results. Maybe one day, we can feed all our work-life balance styles into an AI program, and it will spit back the ideal balance. I wish you the best with your future work and the next stage of your life. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Zheng. We now arrive at the central point of the ceremony, the presentation of the master's candidates. We ask you to come forth as we call your name in recognition of your individual accomplishments. Darius Bursch and Priscilla Yuan, officers of academic and student affairs in the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, will read the names of the MA candidates as they cross the stage.
Receiving the degree Master of Arts in African American Studies, Robin Price Pierre. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in American Studies, Brennan McDaniel. Daniel Flores. Rojin Harsini. Leila Shalal. Anna Oprushko. Emily Tang. Grace Shen. Benjamin Coe. Shabnam Sheuli Banerjee McFarland. Jose Martinez. Tim Barnacle. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Anthropology, Joseph Recupero. Timothy McGee. Ju Chun Song. Jeremy Bradford. Liu Yang Chun. Diao Zhuo. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Art History and Archaeology, Amanda Morrow. Zhang Mo. Ma Wanshi. Chen Yishu. Ada Berktai. Sydney Wilhelmina. Allison Chatfield Richardson. Barthélemy Glama. Mateusz Meyer. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Biomedical Informatics, Li Zhiren. Chun Huan Yao. Nanicha Venichanant. Jeremy Kaiwei Liu. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Biological Sciences, Eliza Archeschi. Gizem Efe. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Biotechnology, Rachel Coiney. Ritu Sarkar. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Biological Sciences, Natalia Niemniak. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Biotechnology, Jennifer Hu. Li Jiashen. Chun Yikun. Li Shufeng. Gyoho Kyle Lee. Andrew Brandt. Alexandra Olenek. Stephanie Hodap. Libby Ward. Jacob Hess. Samuel Chu. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in East Asia Regional Studies, Chua Ming Xuan. Teresa Ding. Lin Lin Xuan Loy. Kelvin Ng. Kan Ni. Natasha Simli Hong. Mung Lok Wong. Alex Smith. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Classical Studies, Vanessa Stovall. Faith McFadden. Nathan Sparks. Li Guoxi. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Climate and Society, Zheng Shishi. Liu Yu Chun. Liu Yi. Shu Wei Lin. Kristen Hogue. Sarah Smith. Laura DeSara. Maria Dombrov. Arlie Titzler. Philip Harrison. Sean Yun Hai. Wang Chidan. Ko Yue. Guan Rong. Noel Cohenrod. Elva Bennett. Yasmin Alexandra Kaur-Gill. Nabila Islam. Michael Owen. Stephanie Stetz. Elizabeth Perry. Peter Francis Dunning. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Earth and Environmental Sciences, Andy Wang. Bali White. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in East Asian Languages and Cultures, Zheng Ning. Li Xiaoyi. Xu Yanwen. Alexander Michael Chin. Kristen Schreiner. Melissa Lee. Honong Lee. Thomas Flippin. Lee Yonji. T. Tan Shuyen. Luo Siyuan. Luo Juliana Tangqi. Li Ling. Tsai Qingyang. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Ecology, Evolution, and Environmental Biology, Avriel Diaz. Sophia Reitel. Jay Schoen. Alice Wu. Jacqueline Barry. Emily Yeager. Beryl Kahn. Montana Airy. Nicholas Locatelli. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Economics, Shraman Ghosh. Samya Jain. Juhi Sharma. Pratyush Tiwari. Simran Ahuja. Derting Huang. Wang Lu. Liu Bin. Tan Gwen. Lee Noya. Oliver Patrick Vogt. Andrea Guerini Rocco. Giovanni Obrink. Marcella Cartledge. Jean Fu. Jun Huang. Ma Mingwen. Liu Chen Yu. Zhou Sihan. Yan Yuning. Zheng Mingwei. Wu Yunmin. Zheng Bixiao. Advita Arun. Madhuri Prabhakar, Shivika Singh, Sarah Margulis, Kayla Brotherton, Ali Gassemi Fakhar, Wang Shufan, Liu Yiqi, Lin Xijing, Liu Mingyang, Talmadge Wise, Penny Hu Cheng Pun, Matthew Schwartz, Nader Salas, Jacob Grossfeld, Alexandria Graziosi, Sun Yu Tsong, Faye Tenenbaum, Sao Shu Noah. Receiving the Master of Arts in Global Thought, Soraya Benetti, Chloe Timsit, Maria Josefina Vargas Llosa, Melanie Berger, Elena Golushko, Amber Hoovelmans, Emily Fiddick, Emma Haltfist, Joe Murphy, Rafael Carapetian, Ella Falomer, Beatrice Go, Ilyas Shirali, Abhinav Sitharaman, Michelle Lee, Sarah Shaw, Kazar Shirmamadov, Claudia Herbert Kulfer, Malika Robinson, Gaius Ong, Tim Sidak, Tiffany Batiste, Helena Nazem, Bria Hardin Boyer, Kunal Shankar. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in History and Literature, Aaron Mayo, Tyler Allen, Susie Chavez. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in International and World History, Anthony Howell. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Human Rights Studies, Huo Jingru. Nadine Elko-Brusley. Victoria Miller. Trisha Maharaj. Adam Weiss. Sundya Nadadur. Lily Gill. Dakota Porter. Anush Bagdasaryan. Victoria Pitlick. Madiha Zara Choksi. Amal Mohammed. Claire Arrington. Lucia Vidal de la Peña. Tanya Satar. Kenny Nguyen. Genevieve Singh. Ido Dembine. Elena Lelecki. Laura Guerra. Gina Kim. Siri McFarland. Benjamin Isaac Joseph Mincer. Dean Angelo Ferdenzi. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, Jamal Rayab. Justin William Houston Wiggins. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Japanese Pedagogy, Naito Chikako. Yumiko Gelcher. Kana Pierce. Receiving the degree in Latin America and the Caribbean Regional Studies, Randall Blades. Jeremy Curran. Mariana Garcia. Camila Mansueta. Tara Yanez. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Mathematics of Finance, He Si Chi. Zheng Zhiwei. Matthew Galarneau. Philip W. Connolly. Feng Yi Chen. Wang Shibei. Liu Beibei. Zheng Yun. Xu Yue. Liu Haoxing. Rajat Gupta. Stefan Duran. Pierre-Etienne Raoul. Valentin Chandor. Esther Lavnova. Wang Ting. Li Siyi. Tang Haojia. Gao Yining. Zhang Yao. Jerry Chu. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Mathematics, Nyo Sijia. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Mathematics of Finance, Surin Kim. Chu Yixin. Xu Qingfeng. Wang Mengfei. Li Zheng. Jeffrey Lee. Yun Ri. Ying Tim Nai. He Juan Wo. Chen Yifu. Yao Yi Xuan. Tong Wei Qi. Xu Feng Cui. Zhu Yu Jie. Chen Yan. Sheng Feng Ye. Ye Xiaoqian. Zheng Hongtao. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Mathematics, Su Jie. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Mathematics of Finance, Ding Ryotian. Zheng Zhenlin. Xu Ren. Yu Yingke. Sun Zhangjin. Sun Yi. Wang Xiying. Cao Ke. Luo Kaiyuan. Zheng Lin. Wang Jing. He Yuan. Ye Tiange. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Statistics, Me, Alice.
Huang Liang, Chen Qian, Wan Yijun, Yang, Xing Liangchen, Lucas Han de Castro, Yang Fan, Wang Yizi, Zhang Yixing, Mu Jianpu, Qin Yinan, Yu Wenting, Yu Chenghao, Wang Binhan. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Medieval and Renaissance Studies, Valerie Wilson. Emily Gebhardt. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Middle Eastern, South Asian, and African Studies, Andrew Austin. Fida Hussain Yamani. Ellie Elizabeth Kempton. Mina Jaffari. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Middle East Studies, Minever Golche. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Middle Eastern, South Asian, and African Studies, Nora Bayramian. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Art History and Archaeology, Alexandra Adams. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Art History and Archaeology, Megan Collins. Okay. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Art History and Archaeology, Ashley Diosaran. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Art History and Archaeology, Ivana Dizdar. Alessandra Gomez Messirian. Sally Eves Hughes. Pujan Garambeji. Claire Shiying Li. Song Yizhong Anes. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Modern European Studies, Tur Eric Niemi. Anna Kulstra. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in European History, Politics, and Society, Gabrielle Higgins. Eduardo Vaccari. Arnor Gunnarsson. Joseph Puchner. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Music, Lim Cheng. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Museum Anthropology, Chen Shiyue. Receiving the degree Master of Arts, Museum Anthropology, Victoria Liantonio. Maggie Tomazuski. Molly McGear. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Nutritional and Metabolic Biology, Ma Xinran. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Oral History, Brad Bailey. Daryl B. Cuba, Jr. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Oral History, Kaina Patel. Zi Dian. Alyssa Funderburk. Eunice Kim. Holly Werner Thomas. Neri Abdelshafi. Anne Cardenas. Rebecca Louise McGilvray. Caroline Confer. Valerie Fent. Carlin Zia. Wong Kim Hee. Zhang Yi. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Physics, Joshua Swan. Dora Vesk. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Philosophical Foundations of Physics, Lipa Long. Sakshi Dulani. Shi Yiran. Joseph Lapp. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Philosophy, Kwon Da Bin. Ning Anhan. Tian Chuyu. Kim Yang O. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Political Science, Ileana Sands. Kelly Beerold. Connor Johnson. Chang Yilun. Josiah Ponadurai. Christopher Palmisano. Bianca Ladipo. David Sutton. Alejandro Armas. Daryl Leung. Eliana Zhou. Yen Meng Han. Magdalene Teo. Ryan Lee. Jasmine Jagab. AJ Golio. Kasim Shafi. Fernando Nunez. Shen Guangquan. Wei Xingyi. Latifa Al-Sad. Palak Shah. Jenny Gunderson. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Quantitative Methods in the Social Sciences, Michael McCarthy. Zhou Qutian. Ashley Litwin. Jessica Eisman. Haley Aronson. Evan Smith. Daryl Long. Sean Koo. An Hee Jun. Son Yunji. Zheng Zitong. Yizo Li. Li Unyong. Marita Nichols Wright. Chen Guohao. Angie Zhang. Stuti Padar. Kendall Lowe. Maliha Tariq. Dolly Seton. Matt Lerner. Andres Castro Araujo. Shailene Reynolds. Kyle Davis. Huang Zongyi. Allison Jiang. Xia Qingyao. Fan Yifeng. Feng Wenting. Li Da Som. Chubing Tripepi. Zhao Zixuan. Zhang Luxin. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Statistics, Meng Junyu. Jiang Yuhao. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Quantitative Methods in the Social Sciences, Hua Fang. Kong Mingyue. Yang Xiaoxuan. Yang Xinyi. Fan Jiayi. Bill Huang. Yang Keyu. Chen Jiayi. Katrina Zhang. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Religion, Robert Lindsay. Siladin Maksut. Stephen Novakovic. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Russia, Eurasia, and East European Regional Studies, Christian Amos. Ekaterina Balekireva. Joe Gamze. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Russia, Eurasia, and East European Regional Studies, Jennifer Ginsberg. Tinatin Jabarija. Golya Tlegnova. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Slavic Languages, Claudia Kelly. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Sociology, Anna Dowling. Louison Lamarle. Courtney Lavon Castleman. Rachel Chajadi. Monica Clodidas. Caitlin Cunningham Kian. Hannah Love. Claudia Hernandez. Isa Sari Kamis. Kim Jae-won. Andrea Avila. Alibek Kisibe. Addison Malone. Tessa Constantine. Eva Jahan. Christine Sim. Sadia Reza. Priscilla Lau. Liu Pengfei. Gu Ziying. Ana Dimena Gonzalez. Tang Huijia. Katarzyna Kolodzi. Receiving the degree Master of Arts in Statistics, Wang Lujia. Zhang Rui. Xu Ziying. Fu Ning. Ding Xueying. Huang Yuexuan. Jin Sijie. Li Yuhan. Li Xiaojing. Su Yujie. Liu Yuqi. Jiang Xu. Hu Xuefei. Samuel Collins. Attaché Segal. Arpita Shah. Michael Utomo. Wu Jiaxi. Wang Yujia. Adam Constantine. Patrick Hefferman. Jenna Weinstein. Lu Chuyuan. Odette Lowenstein. Matthew Sauteré. Dong Jiaqi. Chen Xiyao. Lu Jiawei. 黄成、语一听、王自月、陈婉夏、王梦雪、孙克学、梁冲、通宇、姬汉英、秦卫、赵琦、张成国、秀若言、林彦君、郭子卫、国独、张希、刘德一、李永秋、钟岳勇、于稼前、魏学、古怀天、裘一萌、严家明、周志博、李思源、韩博、胡明双、袁义成、Peyton DeLong、郭斗仪、许自言、张歌、张玉彤、王小月、刘晨英、吴迪、沈燕子、杨文新、何小鱼、张顾瑜、蔡欧文、曾婉一、高涵、李佩玲、尹一桥、王胜军、阮好阳、李浩、石阳、江依然、许鹏、何红琴、张艺晓、陈思彤、张硕文、贴宇浩、董玉琪、唐一峰、曹瑞、荣曲桥、金民、高月、管山、曹金、龙世清、赵丹金、王浅慧、金佩琪、文兰、魏小杰、钟一、厉英迪、王安一、刘瑞、石克、张雨涵、崔婉婷、季宏宇、冯新维、王生、李克然、李真、许教瑞、 彩阳、韦毅然、白若曦、张佩绿、王许阳、张玉琪、薛忠兴、朱尚文、陈曦、Deepika Namboothiri, Barrett Jones, 许安科、Giovanni Castellanos, 刘文一、孙小弟、邓喜珠、崔佳一、龚自亮、王克元、刘小晨、吕地、孙敏卫、李运凡、陈衍成、朱洪博、张俊凯、吴以凡、谢一丁、殷倩芬、马义军、何闪、后问涵、陈梦琪、金英、洪佩芳、Isabel Beers, Choi Jong-woo,
And now, my parting remarks to the graduating class. During your stay in this institution, we have endeavored to train you how to think, write, and speak like a member of an academic field, as a participant in an intellectual community defined by the mores and conventions of your discipline, leaving in the process little time or room for much else. Indeed, looking back at the foundational myth of the modern university, one can detect readily a desire to place the institution in a location of exception with respect to the social, as an enterprise that derives its force and reason for being from its insularity, from its distance from societal concerns. This is part and parcel of the apprenticeship model of graduate education, and explains to a large degree the sense of loneliness that we have all felt at one time or another while in graduate school, as if we all had to recreate for ourselves and within ourselves the principal tenets of our chosen discipline, and thus engage in a project of intellectual self-fashioning that necessarily had to keep the world at bay. Given the efforts you have expended in achieving this goal, you would be justified in thinking that the triumphs that you have celebrated today surely should be enough. And yet, the Spanish philosopher José Ortega y Gasset wrote in his Meditations on Don Quixote in 1914, just as the world was about to embark in a cataclysmic war, an aphorism that comes to mind to describe what I'm hoping to convey to you as you leave this institution. Yo soy yo y mi circunstancia, y si no la salvo a ella, no me salvo yo, which can be loosely translated as, I am myself and my circumstance, and if I do not redeem it, I cannot redeem myself. There has never been a more connected, more transnational infrastructure linking us instantaneously to other individuals than the one that has been built by the technological scaffolding of our digital world. But paradoxically, we have also never been farther away than we are now from experiencing a sense of the commons, farther from the belief that we have some responsibility to our brethren, and from the principle that what is best is what is good for the largest number of people. Arguments that rely on the assumption of the common good as a given appear to have lost their power of persuasion, because what was once a given can no longer be assumed to have collective purchase and assent. It has taken us a long time to arrive at the melancholy realization that just because we can communicate with countless unknown individuals, we're not, by that very fact, creating a community. The university may have been created to keep the world at bay outside its walls, but we should not allow that mythological foundation to determine our relationship with our surroundings. The very distilled concentration, the monomaniacal attention to your intellectual projects that has allowed you to be where you are today is a decided strength, but it can also lead imperceptibly to a withdrawal from the world that is not that different in its effects from outright neglect. Struggling against the insular experience in its effects, against the insular experience in which you had to immerse yourself to be successful in graduate school, will perhaps be the most taxing, the most demanding task you will undertake in the next few chapters of your life that you begin today. Nonetheless, everything that you have learned at Columbia will only acquire its full significance when you're able to articulate its meaning for the commons. In spite of the requisite headlong plunge into our disciplinary milieu that has characterized your time as a graduate student, we must never lose sight of the larger social context that will endow our work with its ultimate significance. We are, as a society, at peril of losing that sense of responsibility toward the common good, without which our work will be diminished, but more important, without which no understanding or application of justice may sustain itself. Your studies have endowed you with powerful analytical tools and equally effective powers of persuasion, and you should use them to protect the health of the social compact, to strengthen the resilience of our common bonds. Strive to be happy as an individual, but always keep in mind Ortega's admonition that if you do not also endeavor to redeem your circumstance, your own personal fulfillment will be in jeopardy. Never lose sight of the fact that many, many persons, even absolute strangers, have contributed sometimes invisibly to this very personal success of yours that we celebrate today, and that the best way to acknowledge that debt is through your renewed commitment to the essential business of being human among and alongside other human beings. We arrive then at the end of this magnificent ceremony. Go forth to be our representatives and emissaries to the world, and all of us at Columbia will rejoice in your inevitable achievements. Make us and your relatives and friends prouder still about you than we are today. Will the candidates please stand so we may give them a final round of applause? You are invited to a champagne reception immediately following this ceremony at Ansel Plaza under the tent. I ask friends and families to wait to exit until after the faculty and the candidates have ascended the low library steps.